محمد بشر في نوره قمر في طهره ملك يمشي على قدمي.
Hello and welcome to this video where we explore the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, by highlighting the 7 most significant events that shaped his prophethood and the course of Islamic history. The reason I've chosen to make this video is simple. I believe that the true story of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is seldom told, especially in non-Islamic countries. There are countless misconceptions and misunderstandings surrounding his life, and many people are unaware of the profound wisdom, mercy, and leadership he demonstrated. By focusing on these 7 pivotal moments, I hope to provide a clearer picture of who the Prophet Muhammad really was and why his message continues to resonate with over 2 billion people around the world. This is not just a story about one man, but about the values of compassion, justice, and faith that have inspired millions for centuries. In a time when misinformation spreads quickly, it's essential to go back to the sources and recount the Prophet's life accurately and fairly. Through these key events, we'll see how he transformed not only the Arabian Peninsula, but also laid the foundation for a faith that emphasizes peace, equality, and community. 1. The first revelation in the Cave of Hira. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was known to seek solitude in the Cave of Hira, reflecting on the injustices and idol worship rampant in society. At the age of 40, his life changed when he encountered the angel Jibril, who commanded him to read. But Muhammad, peace be upon him, responded, "I cannot read." This interaction repeated until Jibril revealed, "Read in the name of your Lord who created." Terrified, the Prophet ran home to his wife Khadijah, trembling. She comforted him and sought guidance from her cousin Waraka ibn Nawfal, who confirmed that this was indeed a divine revelation from Allah. This marked the beginning of a new chapter, as Prophet Muhammad was chosen to deliver the message of monotheism and guide humanity toward righteousness. The revelations that followed formed the foundation of the Quran, the ultimate guidance for Muslims. 2. The migration, Hijrah, to Medina. As the persecution in Mecca grew unbearable, Prophet Muhammad and his followers found hope in an invitation from the city of Yathrib, Medina. This migration, known as the Hijrah, was a turning point not just for the Prophet but for Islam itself. Upon his arrival, the Prophet became both a spiritual and political leader. He established the Constitution of Medina, one of the earliest forms of written governance, granting rights to both Muslims and non-Muslims and promoting harmony and justice. The Hijrah was not merely an escape from persecution. It was the birth of a new society based on equality, justice, and the teachings of Islam. It laid the foundation for a community that would stand as a model for generations to come. 3. The Battle of Badr. After the Hijrah, Prophet Muhammad and his followers continued to face threats from the Quraysh of Mecca. This culminated in the Battle of Badr, the first major military encounter between the Muslims and the Quraysh. Outnumbered and facing a better-equipped army, the Muslims relied on their faith of Allah, 313 Muslims facing 1,000 of the enemies, and against all odds they emerged victorious. The Battle of Badr was not only a military triumph, but a spiritual victory. It strengthened the resolve of the Muslims and sent a clear message to the tribes of Arabia that Islam was a force to be reckoned with. This victory also demonstrated that with faith in Allah, even the most challenging battles could be won. The Treaty of Hudaybiyyah. In an effort to perform the pilgrimage to Mecca, the Prophet and his followers were stopped by the Quraysh. Rather than engaging in conflict, the Prophet, peace be upon him, opted for diplomacy. The Treaty of Hudaybiyyah was a peace agreement between the Muslims and the Quraysh, allowing for a period of peace and prosperity. Although some Muslims were disappointed with the terms, the treaty allowed Islam to grow peacefully. This strategic move paved the way for future successes. Many tribes, impressed by the Prophet's wisdom and diplomacy, embraced Islam during this period. When the Quraysh later violated the treaty, it opened the door for the eventual peaceful conquest of Mecca. The conquest of Mecca. In year 630 AD, the prophet led a force of 10,000 followers to Mecca, the city that had once persecuted him. The conquest of Mecca was remarkable not because of the force of arms, but because of the prophet's mercy. Instead of seeking revenge on his former enemies, the prophet forgave them, declaring, "There is no God but Allah. The truth has come, and falsehood has vanished." The idols in the Kaaba were destroyed, and Mecca once again became a place of monotheism. The conquest was not just a military victory, it demonstrated the prophet's capacity for forgiveness and reconciliation. It unified the Arabian Peninsula under Islam and stood as a testament to the values of peace and justice that he preached throughout his life. 6. The Farewell Sermon. During his final pilgrimage in year 632 AD, the prophet delivered his farewell sermon to over 100,000 Muslim followers. In this powerful speech, he laid down the principles that would guide the Muslim community for generations. He emphasized the equality of all people, declaring that no race or ethnicity holds superiority over another, and that the only criterion for superiority is righteousness. He also spoke of the sanctity of life, the rights of women, and the importance of justice. He reminded his followers to adhere to the Quran and the Sunnah, saying, "I leave behind me two things, the Quran and my example. If you follow these, you will never go astray." This sermon encapsulated the essence of his message and set the ethical and moral foundation for the Muslim community. 7. The Prophet's passing. Just a few months after the farewell sermon, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, fell ill. On the 12th of Rabi al-Awwal, in the year 632 CE, he passed away in the arms of his beloved wife, Aisha. His death marked the end of an era, but his teachings, character, and legacy continued to inspire the world. His companion Abu Bakr addressed the community, saying, "Whoever worship Muhammad, let them know that Muhammad is dead. But whoever worships Allah, let them know that Allah is alive and will never die." The passing of the Prophet was a deeply sorrowful moment, but it also served as a reminder that his mission on earth was complete. He left behind a rich legacy of faith, justice, and mercy, which continues to resonate with more than 2 billion people worldwide today. This is the true story of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, a story that deserves to be told in its full, authentic form. It is a tale of faith, resilience, mercy, and justice that continues to inspire people around the world, regardless of their background or beliefs. This video was made with the heartfelt intention of encouraging you to learn more about the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. His life was a message from God, one of profound wisdom, mercy, and guidance for all humanity. What you've seen here is just a small glimpse of that message. I invite you to explore further and seek out reliable, well-sourced information about his life and teachings. It's important to find trustworthy and authentic sources to fully understand the depth and truth of his message. By doing so, you will discover the timeless relevance and purpose of what he brought to the world, a message that is meant for you. Continue your journey and find out what that message truly holds. I created this video out of my deep love for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Every time I read or hear about his noble character and life, I find myself saying from the deepest part of my heart, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. It is this love and reverence that compels me to share his story with you, so that you too may experience the beauty of his message.